We've been very busy recently and made a lot of progress with the polytunnel. One of the things that we've been doing is we put a door at the front of the polytunnel and a dummy door at the rear. The doors actually came in kit form and they do require two people to put them together. They are a little bit complicated. So you need two people and you really need a flat surface to work on. The top part of the door has got a netting cover. Down below it's plastic. It's a fairly simple construction, but it's quite difficult to put together. The one at the back is simply a dummy door. It doesn't open or close. The doors have to be put in fairly early because the plastic is fixed to the doors. And so the doors have to be put in before the cover is put on. Okay, I'm going to just move around the side now to show you around this part of the polytunnel. Because here you can see that we have put the cover on. The plastic cover is on the polytunnel. Plastic cover there. The plastic cover, again, it takes two people, maybe even three people, to put a plastic cover on a 10 by 15 polytunnel. And it's really important to be working in dry and not windy conditions. If it's raining a lot, if the wind is blowing, it makes it very, very difficult indeed. Anyway, we were able to put the cover onto the polytunnel. The method that we used of actually fixing it, as I said, it's fixed to the door at the front and the dummy door at the back. And then at the sides, it's actually trenched. And so we've dug a trench there, probably I think it was 14 inches deep. And the polytunnel cover has been put into the trench and then it's been backfilled. And that provides the strength and the stability and prevents the wind from getting underneath it. There are many different ways of actually fixing the sides of the polytunnel, but the trenching was the option that I chose. But there are other options as well, where you can have wooden or aluminium framework down the side, but we preferred to do it that way. You'll see, of course, that there is something else on the polytunnel as well. A little bit unusual, I suppose. We have this netting on top as well. So there's a plastic cover underneath, and then there is a netting on top. You don't see netting on that many polytunnels, but I think it serves two very important purposes. Obviously, a polytunnel in the summer, in the warmer months, does get very hot indeed at times. And this netting actually provides quite a lot of shade, so it helps to cool the polytunnel. It can also be used as a windbreak as well. So if you're in quite a windy area, it may be an idea to have one of these on to help protect the polytunnel from the wind. The netting is simply fixed with pegs or bricks, something like that. It's not actually properly secured at the moment because we haven't finished the polytunnel yet. It's still work in progress. But I just wanted to show you the way that we've put the netting all the way over the top of the polytunnel to help protect it from the wind and from the sun. Where we live here, it's a really windy spot, and everything that you can possibly do to reinforce the polytunnel to make it stronger, it's important. If you buy a cheap polytunnel, then it may not be that strong, and there's always a chance of getting up one morning and finding that it's half a mile down the road. It's better to invest in a more expensive polytunnel and to spend time over really constructing it very strongly and securely. I now want to show you the inside of the polytunnel. I want to show you the sort of progress that we've made inside. Again, everything is not finished yet. We're not at the finished stage. We've made quite a lot of progress. So I'm going to open the door and we're just going to go inside here. Okay, so we've moved into the inside of the polytunnel. It's a 15-foot by 10-foot polytunnel. So it's 10 foot wide, 15 feet long. It provides quite a lot of growing space. I was thinking this morning that maybe I should have had the 20-foot one instead. I don't know, we'll see how we get on anyway. So inside them, we've put a fabric on the floor to prevent the weeds, the grass growing through. It's an important thing to do, I think. And then here you can see how it is that we're going to be growing things inside the polytunnel. Obviously there's lots of different ways of doing this. I've seen people who've got domestic polytunnels where they simply have pots down the sides, maybe to grow tomatoes and different things. Some people are actually growing things straight in the soil in the ground. We don't have particularly good soil here, and that's one of the reasons why I really decided to use the raised bed format. And so you can see here that we've been very busy constructing some raised beds. Very simple, but hopefully quite effective raised beds. The beds are made out of, it's a very simple construction, but they're made out of really solid timber. It's going to last quite a long time. They are screwed together, the pieces of timber are screwed together, and they're not actually fixed. It's basically the weight that is keeping them in position. Obviously they're screwed together, but they're in different parts. It's really the sort of weight that is holding them in position. So they can actually be moved if you want to change the position and everything. So that's the outside of the basic construction of the raised beds inside the polytunnel. We've got one there, one at the back here. Obviously we still have to fill them with soil. And so we're going to be ordering some topsoil from a local nursery. Hopefully it'll be good quality topsoil, which we will have to barrow around and put into the raised beds, virtually up to the top, and then we'll be ready to start the planting process. There are other things that we're going to do inside the polytunnel as well, but that is to follow. That's really giving you the sort of basics, the sort of progress that we've made recently. Still work in progress, still things to do, but we're really pleased with the progress that we've made. It suits us, and we would thoroughly recommend it to other people as well. A polytunnel is a very useful addition to a garden. It really enables you to grow crops early in the season, extends the season later in the year, and it really enables you to grow all sorts of things that maybe you wouldn't normally be growing in the British climate, particularly if you live in the Midlands or the North, where the weather is colder. And you know, we're going to be growing things in here like salad crops and chilies and peppers and sweet potatoes, okra. We're going to have some strawberries as well. We're hoping to really make use of this polytunnel. We'll show you more in due course.